Hey everyone, I'm Kara, aka Spirit Mother, and I'd like to welcome you all back to my channel. Spirit teachings of growing myself, TikTok, 1974, and I'm also live on my Facebook. If you're new to my channel, I encourage you to go read the description on my YouTube channel, Spirit to Spirit, teachings of growing within self in order to get a better understanding of this that I bring forward with regards to my live content. As most of you know that are familiar with my channel, I talk about a bunch of different things, like experiences, politics, different forms of medical stuff, or just a variety of different things, okay? Because it has a lot to do with about ourselves and each other and the world and what have you. I don't. It's not that I'm judging people as I said many other times. Because some people think that that's what it is. It's not. Now, I posted earlier because the title on my channel is Profits. I posted earlier that I was going to live to talk about composting, recycling, and how it is profitable to big businesses and corporations. And I'm also going to touch base on like the pharmaceutical company also, because a lot of people are like we're saying about big pharma and what have you. Okay, and that's profitable in itself, very profitable. Okay, anything that has to do with a lot of the pharmaceutical stuff is profitable. Even taking like, but taking vitamins and what have you, because we're supposed to be getting the natural vitamins from the sun, from our food. My channel is a spirit to spirit. And I always say those spirits know who it is that I'm talking to, but I'm bringing it forward for people because it's giving people a voice, ones that won't speak up or are afraid to speak up. And some are very much in what is called the dogma, where they're so looped in and believing that, you know, this stuff is right and just, what have you. Now, what got me on the topic of compost recycling, okay, is this morning I was putting out my garbage, and my ex-husband said, we need to make our garbage cleaner. Garbage is not clean. Hence garbage. Now, it was with regards to like my compost, okay? Because I put my compost in a bucket thing, what have you, and then I take it and I dump it in the green bin, okay? And he told me that, they want you to put it in these bags to keep to keep things clean, the green bin, or what have you. Well, it's like clean your own green bin. These here bags, for 30 bags on Amazon, they're $28 for 30 bags. And it's not a very big bag, right? So if you're like, I have compost, I eat like fruits, vegetables, what have you. And if people notice, a lot of food, like certain foods will spoil. We put them in, we buy them, we put them in our fridge, and they end up spoiling. Okay, I know other people who that happens to. Okay, so for these, for $28, and like I said, I could buy 2-3 days worth of food out of this, and just dump my compost in the composting bin, or if people have a bucket and they can compost their own, okay, but others will say, oh, that makes everything stink. Well, they take your compost and they compost it, and they sell it back to you. It's, think about the recycling, okay? Everything has to, everything is that it needs its own bag. You got blue bags, black bags, your clear bags. Hey, you used to be able to do a black bag. Okay? I said it in my thing, for a black bag. A lot of the time, they don't want you putting stuff in a black bag because, they want to be noisy. Then you got your blue bag. Then you got your white bag. And then you have your clear bag. And sometimes you got your orange bag and what have you. Okay? So you think of what it costs for garbage bags, all the different garbage bags, because they're actually not cheap and they're not biodegradable. Okay? So that part there is profitable, and they could clamshells containers. Okay? Everything that goes into a container. I went and I bought today sugarcane clamshell containers, which they break down within 40 to 90 days. Okay? They say these plastic containers are recyclable, but I know somebody who worked in a plant where, with regards to the garbage plant and the recycling part, and they said nothing really gets recycled. Okay, so those things are, it's very profitable because everything is put into plastic. It's put into cardboard. It has a plastic layer. Okay, so they say it breaks down. Okay, it takes a long time, and plastic never. One knows that plastic will break down. So I went in and I did a little looking. And it's on Biopack, okay, which is the plant-based alternative to plastic packaging, also known as sugarcane pulp. It remains sugarcane and harvest fruits, juices, okay. So that is oh shit. How compost home compostable solutions. Here's what you need to know. Their packaging is plastic free and in many cases home compostable. That is marked on every product package on their website. Okay, being a plant fiber or composting range can be returned to earth as soil food compost, which can then be used to grow more plants. Compost also helps improve soil quality, return water, and ultimately make the land more drought resistant. Okay, so they're digging things up, they're giving us plastic stuff. Everything is going into the landfill. Most stuff going into the stuff going into the landfill is not compostable. Okay, so it's like it's profitable. And then okay, now I'm going to go to I went to plastic because a lot of people they poo-poo like different people when they're telling them you shouldn't be drinking out of plastic and what have you or using plastic because it gets in everything and then it gets in your body, which is true. And it says here toxic chemicals in plastic products. How do plastics affect our health? Unfortunately, the ingredients in plastic products include toxic chemicals such as phthalate, PHTHALATE, plasticizers, and flame resistance. Use of plastic to storing the bags of groceries. Okay, so people know that it's not good. The use of plastics is storing from the bags at grocery stores, vinyl flooring in our homes. Though plastics may be conventive, convenient, their negative side has also become clear. Oceans filling with plastic trash and communities struggling with disposal. We also now know that with their increased production and manufacture of plastics has become a major source of greenhouse gas emissions and driver of climate change. But they're telling us that we're the fucking problem and the cows, because the cows are shitting and farting. Did anybody see the episode of South Park where they were going around farting and they were telling them that you're producing gases? Seriously. We're getting blamed for this. We're footing the bill because they're the ones using the freaking plastics. Okay, some people believe that climate change is a myth. There is climate change. Okay? Climate change is here. But there's also the climate change that is caused from different chemicals and what have you in the air. There's two different forms. There's natural climate change and there's man-made climate change, which is putting all the chemicals and the gases in the air, and it ain't because cows are fucking shitting and farting everywhere. It's profitable to the big companies so that they can put carbon taxes on people. They can put different taxes and blame the people for it when they should be going after the manufacturers, not the people. They should be making them change their dirty habits. We're left buying this stuff. But there is a climate change that does exist. But there's a natural climate change. And then there is an emissions climate change. The emissions climate change is what's causing everybody to be sick. The other climate change is just the earth is changing. So it's a part of knowing the difference, which climate change. The emissions climate change is what's making people sick. The climate change in the earth is because you're digging the fucking shit out of it. And everything is changing. The earth is changing. Everything is changing. They're digging in and they're taking everything out of the earth and nothing's being replaced. And if you don't like what I have to say, go right back out the way you came. I just told you that there's two different types of climate change. Man-made and natural. But it's big businesses and the corporations that need to be held accountable for it, not relying on the people. And it is creating gases, and it's creating people to be sick. People say about the trees, yes, the trees absorb it. But it's not what they're not absorbing it from. The climate is not absorbing it I can't even see absorbing it out of the food, out of the stuff that's going on our body. The trees can't change that. Am I a tree hugger? Fucking right I am. Do I know the difference between the climate change? Yeah, because I looked into it. The plastic is getting into your freaking water. It's getting into your body and it's making you sick, whether you want to believe it or not. Go live in the dogma. They're making it. They're using the people to make it profitable for them, making people feel shame and guilt. They were using glass, but then everybody said, "Oh well, it's taking the sand." Glass can be glass can actually be recycled fully. Most plastics are not recycled. Can't break down. It leaches. So for somebody to come in and tell me that climate change is not real, climate change is real, no matter what side you look at it. You can't stop natural climate change unless you stop digging into the ground. You know, they're digging gums and everything under the ground, so it's making the earth unsteady. See, I shouldn't even be drinking out of this because it's leaching. But everything is basically made of plastic now. What are plastic additives? You know, do you not believe that chemicals hurt your body? You know, smelling gas. What does gas do to you? It makes you fucking sick and can kill you, right? Think about it. And it's not about transferring over to electric cars the way that they're doing it with these batteries that'll fucking blow up in no problem. It's about, hey, give us our stuff that's been around for centuries. Stuff that's not creating any form of toxin in the air. People say radiation, you know. Do you think that these friggin' shuttles and everything like that, people are saying chemtrails? Or is it Ricket? Go look up Ricket. They used it they use it in warfare. Are you saying that this pesticides that they spray on stuff on your food and shit like that does not create change? It kills the fucking environment, does it not? My channel's not for everyone. That's why I say go read the description of my YouTube channel, Spirit to Spirit, teaching going within self. I had a guy come on earlier and say, "Who gave you permission to go live?" Spirit. Plastic additives can leach from food cans and water bottles into our food, escape into the indoor air of our homes. and are found in found in microplastics. Even before birth, children are exposed to plastics that can harm their development because it's in the mother's body. So the one that, like, that says that stuff's not happening, are you part of the problem? Are you one of the developers? Are you one of the ones that make it, or one of the ones that sell it because it's profitable? It's not to put guilt and shame on you, it's asking a legitimate question. The universal exposure of pregnant women to toxic plastic ingredients means every fetus develops in the presence of hormone disrupting chemicals. And as we learn more about microscopics, researchers have found they even contaminate human placenta. Exposures containing once babies are born, with many babies' first food breast milk, contaminated with a cocktail of plastic ingredients. Do you care? Because if we cared, then we'd figure out a way to stop it. Oh, oh. So we'll go to human plasticant, however you pronounce that word. People might not like me, and that's okay. Everybody sees things the way they want to see it. We're working to stop the climate change that's actually causing harm. It's all it all creates harm because the earth shifts, and then it creates earthquakes, volcano eruptions, tsunamis, everything like that. But that a lot of it's been around, but it's been increasing because of what we're doing to the earth. We're supposed to live with the land. Microplastics are particles smaller than 5 millimeters arriving from the degradation of plastic objects present in the environment. So it's in the environment. And we wonder why we're sick. And then some people, it's you only, yeah, we only hear what we want to hear. Microplastics can move from the environment to living organisms, including mammals. In this study, 6 human placentines, don't know how to pronounce that word, collect from conceiving women with physiological pregnancies. Okay, go read up. Okay, see, oh shit. People are calling about cancer. cancer is increasing because cancer, like plastic, is in it's in everything. You can't get hardly anything without friggin' plastic. I bought those uh, sugarcane plant-based containers. Just to, like, everything is in plastic. Your food is in plastic. It has your food, certain things when it's shining, it's because it has like a film on it, a specific film, and then people say our food is made of plastic. Well, it has a chemical on it, and that's what keeps everything. Like you could have a year-old apple. I can tell when things are genetically modified because it don't go rotten. I had freaking bread for damn near a month sitting on my counter and it never went moldy. I've had apples in my fridge for damn near 3 months now, and they didn't degrade. But I bought other apples from a market, and within 5-10 minutes, you can see it changing. Many chemicals that are added to plastic, whether for whether for flexibility, flame resistant, stain resistant, or durability, have not been adequately screened for safety. Did you hear that? Would you like me to read that again? Many chemicals that are added to plastics, whether for flexibility, flame resistant, stain resistant, or durability, have not adequately screened, have not been adequately screened for safety. So they say that everything is screened for safety, but it's finding out that it's not screened for safety, right? Because these big businesses and big corporations, they get away with it because they're all hands in each other's pocket. Somebody is in here, hey, it's right in here. Would you care for me to help you? I mean, you're attacking me here. Would you like me to help you do it? Spirit to spirit, most spirits know exactly who I'm talking to. And if you're experiencing that, well, you're experiencing that part of that spirit. Meanwhile, research, because you've been told that, oh yeah, it's screened. It's screened. It's not harmful. It's not harmful. Some people, you don't give a shit. But if you don't give a shit and you get sick, what right do you have to complain to somebody else that you're sick? Meanwhile, research has found that a number of well-known additives, plastic, plasticizers like PHTHALATES and PFAS in clothing, and flame resistance used in electronics are associated with serious health conditions. It's a part of, Maybe you don't care about yourself, but do you care about your children? And it's not to make you feel guilty. It's to say, do you care about your children? Do you care about your grandchildren? Do you care about family? Even if you don't care about yourself. And it's not to make you feel guilty. So if people think that, well, I guess you don't understand and you're not getting it. The impacts on workers, low income communities, and communities of color. The production and disposal of plastics, such as PVC plastic, have an especially high impact on workers, low income communities, and communities of color. Cancer Alley. Catch that? Because a lot of cancers pop up. Cancer is just like rampant. And then you're going in and they're radiating your body, they're putting chemicals in your body, and it's actually killing your cell, killing your body. Just radiation, does it not say it's burning you? Right? People are talking about, oh, the radiation in the air, the radiation in it, the radiation coming from the cell houses. Think about it. Located on the Mississippi River, Cancer Alley, located on the Mississippi River between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, accounts for 25% of petrochemical products in the United States. And look who you're voting in. You voted in. Let's see. Donald Trump, and Elon Musk, and Mark Zuckerberg, they're all trying to get control to shut down TikTok so they can get all their shit going, right? Do they care about you? I'm going to say it. They say that Donald Trump has always keeps about $100,000 in his home. I have to say, does he put it in a tub and bathe in it? Because he seems to like money. And it was also in um, the tycoon, The Many Lives of Donald Trump, where it says in there that he said that I think it was 2 or 3 black youth for raping a girl. He said they should be hung. So I must say, Donald Trump, for the sexual conduct that you've done to people, should you be hung? Yeah. And all your buddies along with you? Seriously, people say, well, what's that have to do with what you're talking about? Well, spirit brings forward through me whatever spirit wants to bring forward. And if it comes out, well, it comes out. In the United States, weren't they saying that they believe that the United States is Babylon? You know, it's been in prophecies, but it's also who's connected. right? Dice Proprietà e non mostra la proprietà. He comes to cause chaos, and that's what he's doing. He's creating chaos, division. You know, Gaia was birthed out of chaos. Gaia was birthed, or the Gaia is the new earth, was birthed out of chaos because people were woke. And I'm not saying woke, I'm saying waking up. Awaken. Cancer rates in the region are much higher than the national average, and majority Black communities are more at risk than white ones. Right? Maybe it's because their system is maybe lower. They're ahead of you. And it's possible because a lot of Black communities are more of a low income communities. And I know there's low income communities everywhere, but our genetics are different. It's the same as people talk about RH negative people and what have you. Their immune systems are more equipped to withstand things. That's why certain RH negative blood groups are considered universal donors. And with their highly toxic combustion products, plastic like PVC vinyl pose a serious danger in areas where incinerators and landfills are located. And did I not just look up this fucking shit? Ti suppone patarietta nessuno tutto yet. Spirit to spirit, and that spirit knows exactly who I'm talking to. You might look at me like I'm fucking psychotic or out to lunch, but you have no fucking idea. Incinerators and landfills. Don't like me? I don't give two fucking bloody shits. The solution, we can build healthier and more resilient, resilient, resilient communities by drastically reducing plastic use and moving to safer materials and processes. But see, the big corporations don't want to do that because it would give us profit. But do you realize how many people are being killed? Your family members, you've got family members that are dying from cancer, but they say that, oh, it's, the cancer is caused from the sun. But your cancer is actually caused from what the big corporations and businesses are producing. Why not use hemp, bamboo? Bamboo grows fast. Hemp grows fast. Safe for the environment. And it's pretty fucking tough, too. Because I had a, like, there was, we had a plant and it broke down and my, and we turned it into a puck. And holy shit, man, to try to fucking break that. And it was just a puck about that freaking round and about that thick. Y después te quiere hacer un nudo, you know, they said like they like all talk about freaking what was it, Robert Kennedy or what have you. He's gonna do all this like Robert Kennedy was good, but you never see anything about him anymore. It's all Donald Trump and Elon Musk prancing around. Woo! Not being rude. And I'll tell you right now, Elon Musk is one of the biggest polluters. For every time he's like whenever he's putting his rockets in space, whenever NASA or whoever is putting rockets into space, think of all the freaking shit that's going in there and it leaves one massive fucking cloud. But where's the problem? Seriously, people. That's why I say you bow to these people, you idolize these people. What? Because Elon Musk brings out different things. Well, what is going on? I'm allowed to ask that question because you know if somebody really cared about the people and the earth, the world, and what have you, they wouldn't be sitting on fucking billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars. This includes replacing plastic bottles with glass. Like I said, put it back to glass because when I grew up, you know, all the bottles were glass. Everything was pretty much glass. Today, people think, oh, well, it's a hazard. Glass is a hazard. It can cut us. You know, be careful. You know, you can get stitches. Just be careful and responsible. And plastic will get in your body and never go away. You know, you know, better not have a fucking windshield in your vehicle. It might fucking break. You know, better use your plastic cup because it might break. Sure, you've got to come up with an alternative. But with um, glass baby bottles, they're always using glass baby bottles. Four, four, it was just 4444 on my timer as I said. Get up with the yesterday. And you know what? My ex-husband said, some people just they can't handle the truth. No, he's right. Or they just ignore it. Because, oh, well, I'm going to die anyways. Well, if you look at it that way, think of it this way: not everybody wants to die before their time. Think about it when you like cancer. And vinyl flooring with linoleum. Well, that's what they had back years ago when I was growing up. And linoleum and glass. As a result of our science and research, everybody goes by science, everything's science. As a result of our science and research, together with our advocacy for better policies at the national, state, and corporate level, governments and major retailers have to take action on toxic plastics. Seriously. If you don't want to care and you want to keep getting sicker and sicker, think of somebody else other than just yourself that don't want to be sick. You use it, it's your choice. But there are so many people that want to go. And you said it. The government does not have restrictions because a lot of them already have their hands in the pocket of the offense. 4-4 on the timer, as I said that. Major retailers, I already said about that. Profits might go down. ¿Qué le put the PA? What we are doing, we are working to reduce the use of toxic plastics and the dangerous chemical additives such as vinyl polystyrene, polystyrene, PET, PFASs, toxic flame resistance, phthalates, and antimony by winning government and product policies. We support provision-based policies that include ingredient transparency, assessment of chemical hazards, bans on the most hazardous, and requirements for the use of the safe options. Every time they try to bring it out, it gets suppressed by the corporations, and they say, well, that's not right. Depends on what fact checker you're looking at to know what's truth and not. What is the truth about recycling? When it comes to plastic, it's not abundantly clear that recycling cannot turn plastic into a safe and sustainable material. It's like anything, it's how we do it. Because like everything, a lot of things are made from plastic. I was watching a thing in the country where they were taking all their garbage and recycling it and turning it into paper. But see, the thing is, plastic will change of vibration. The only real solution is to reduce or reliance on plastic by moving to safer, and reusable materials. Max hasn't told me that they have this machine where with the pavement, it'll go behind it and it'll recycle it. Let's see, there's also ancient technology where it would I guess, mend itself, comes back together. Okay. At the same time, companies are under increasing pressure to show that they are using recycled content as part of their sustainability programs. Okay? Because they're lying about it. A lot of these companies are lying about it being recycled. And that's what I said. I know someone who told me that they worked in with regards to in the garbage plant, in the landfill plants, and what have you. And they don't recycle really anything. It just goes in with the regular garbage. Do I believe it? Yes, I do. As long as this effort focuses on plastic recycling, however, it's doomed to fail short of true sustainability and carries sustainable, sustainable risk, substantial risk. Recycling does have a role in a healthier economy with materials like metal and glass. Recycling can result in a safe and economical product. With plastic, the answer has to be to reduce or reuse or remove to safer materials rather than recycle. Why recycling won't solve the problem? Plastics are a complex mixture of chemicals, including toxic additives. Plastic resin codes, it's like resins, systems integrated into society, often called recycling symbols, give the impression that the composition of the plastic is fully known and that the item can be recycled. However, recent codes only indicate the base polymer of the plastic. For example, PET, polyurethane, polystyrene, or ABS, and not whether a particular utility can recycle. Resin codes do not account for additives such as colorants, softeners, or flame resistance. Some are largely untracked and unregulated. Roof, roof. I protect my young. Somebody just called me a bitch. Some, such as hormone disruptory, pegylates, and flame resistance are known to be toxic. Additionally, harmful chemicals used to manufacture the base polymer, such as antimony, frequently used to manufacture PET, may remain in the plastic as a contaminant. So it's never gone. There's a chance it's still there. So it's that part of me like glass. I don't use. Like, I try. I don't have any plastic cups or plastic dishes. The only thing that I have with plastic is this. Most of my stuff, I have plastic containers, but I don't really use those a lot. And I will sometimes. I will drink out of a plastic water bottle, which I shouldn't. But I have a glass water bottle, a glass bottle now. So I might just fill up that, and I should use that. That's where, like what somebody just said, well, what about children? That's where it's our responsibility. Like that day that I handed my great niece a glass bottle. Her mom was sitting there, but it wasn't her mom's responsibility. It was mine. I shouldn't have left her with it. Without transparency and regulations, recyclers can't know what's in the recycled plastic they're producing and be sure it is safe. Do you know who should be responsible for recycling this stuff then? The corporations that produce it. Yeah, put the responsibility back on the manufacturing people. They know what's in their stuff. Recyclers can not know what's in the recycled plastic they produce and be sure that it's safe. In today's marketplace, transparency in the supply chain is still the exception to the rule. That means that recyclers, in most cases, have very little information on what chemicals beyond the basic polymer may be in the plastics they're recycling. There's no way recyclers can guarantee a safe product given these constraints. Toxic additives can turn up the unexpected plastics when plastic is recycled. Testing has found toxic flame resistance in products like kitchen utensils and toys, most likely due to use of plastic recycled from electronics. Because of the use of toxic additives and the lack of transparency and regulation, our system currently cannot prevent dangerous levels of harmful contaminants when recycled content is used. Your kitchen utensils, you put it in your mouth. Toys, your kids are playing with it, they're putting it in their mouth. The Tonka trucks. Everybody remember the Tonka trucks? Holy shit, man! They were built for metal. They were for metal. They were built to freaking last. Like shit, man. Anything to make things cheaper, but charge more, right? The The vast majority of plastic will never be recycled because it's cheaper for companies to use virgin materials. Today, less than 10% of plastics are recycled, and utilities that manage waste struggle to safely dispose of the large quantities of plastic that has ended in, use, in useful life, has ended its useful life. Plastics can, in any case, only be recycled a few times before the polymers become too degraded for use. So-called chemical recycling won't solve the problem. The chemical industry may be touting chemical recycling as a solution, but it's an energy intensive process that results in large amounts of waste and emits toxic air pollution. Yes, so the output is mainly low quality fossil fuels, not not usable plastics, and for the factories rely on government subsidies, which, you know what, our tax dollars should not be paying for your fucking corruption. Direto turistica parenta nikita tutika saratoya. Spirit to spirit, and they know who I'm talking to. And if you don't like it, say, well, I didn't ask you to come in, you chose to do that. And if you don't want to know the truth, then I guess my channel's not for you. Right people hear it. The people who actually realize. So it's that part, you want to keep putting into the corruption. That's up to you. But don't expect other people to. And don't shit on them because they're trying to do something about it. Now we're going to talk about the pharmaceutical company. Your big pharma. And it includes vitamins because they say that vitamins aren't regulated. But they try telling you that their medication is. But, they're finding out that there's more shit in the medication than what you're told. So, if you take medication and you want to keep it, well, that's up to you. But there are alternatives. Healing without medication. The comprehensive guide to complementary techniques anyone can use to achieve real healing. Healing without medication. Combining the best of science and nature for more than 300 health conditions. The healing tools. An A to Z listing of more than 150 nutritional supplements and herbs. The healing partners. Potentially life-saving information about drug interactions. Wow. Concepts for coping with epilepsy. Understanding the disease process. Understanding the healing process. Oh, that there is coping with epilepsy. I had a form of epilepsy as seizure disorder. After I had my car accident, I ended up with a seizure disorder. Some people have a seizure disorder where their body goes into convulsions. I had a seizure disorder where I would go unconscious. That's why I was on Keppra. First they put me on gabapentin, and holy shit, man, that yeah, nasty. And I found out gabapentin was, gabapentin was helping in like some ways, but it wasn't stopping me from going unconscious and my head smashing to the floor a number of times. And every time I did, somebody called the ambulance or I went to the hospital, they would hurt me and tell me I was faking. So the one that I'm thankful to, it's not people, not the physical world. It's spirit. Concepts for coping with dengue fever. It even has about the treatments, natural supplements. Concepts for coping with Lennox-Gastaut syndrome. Concepts for coping with lead exposure. It has understanding the throat, understanding the disease, understanding the healing process. Concepts for coping with stroke. To tell you, here, take a pill. Concepts for coping with Wilson's disease. Where did I get this book? I got this book at a thrift store. And I paid $1 for it. Concepts for coping with West syndrome. Concepts for coping with hypertension. Borderline, mild, moderate, and severe. Concepts for coping with dermatitis, hepatic. Concepts for coping with colds. Instead of running to the doctor, have a tea with honey in it if you got a sore throat. Don't go to the drugstore and buy a fucking lozenge. You're just getting a whole bunch of fucking chemicals in your body. That's where the dogma come in. It's that people so manipulate it, and you wonder why you're sick and poor. Because you're making somebody else fucking wealthy. You want to know what that channel is about? Go read the description in my YouTube channel. Spirit to Spirit teaches it going within self. I even say sometimes we need a little tough love. And I don't care who likes me. Concepts for coping with athlete's foot. Better go and buy some Gold Bond. Better go get some ointment. Remove bath mats and shower grids. Concepts for coping with aneurysm, ANEURYSM, swelling with pulsation on the side of the erythroms or anthemiums, matching the heart. Rapid pulse dizziness extreme. Understanding the disease. Angina. Concepts for coping with, oh, oh okay. Concepts for coping with like angina. Understanding the disease. Fibrostic breast disease. Fatal alcohol syndrome. Concepts for preventing fatal alcohol syndrome. Did you ever see somebody who was an alcoholic and they could have one or two drinks and it looked like they were on fucking high like doses of drugs because their eyes are just glazed right over? Concepts for coping with female infertility. Oh, it even has a book with medication. It's called Healing Without Medication. Robert S. Risset, Risted. And inside it, I have written 2021, sharing your consciousness experience. No such thing as coincidences, just synchronicities. We leave messages to ourselves all the time. In here, it has what each medication does to the body. Cimetidine, 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 DGL is DG. Holy shit! It's DEGLYCYRRHIZINATED. Licorice increases effectiveness of this drug in relieving stomach acid caused by acid. Okay? Reduces vitamin B12 absorption from food. It reduces it, so you're not getting the vitamins you need. These medications are reducing your ability to get your natural vitamins through your food because when you don't have your natural vitamins, what happens? You become sick. What happens with vitamin B12? Que tu I'm no doctor, but I'm not fucking stupid. I do know common sense and I know how to fucking read. And I know when something is right. Because if it's not right, I'll go like that. Because Spirit's saying, like, oh, hang on a minute. Reduces body absorption of calcium. Don't they say? You gotta drink milk. You gotta have your calcium. But this stuff is reducing that ability to absorb it. Taking magnesium supplements within 2 hours of taking this medication reduces absorption of this drug. Your body needs magnesium. Taking this drug at the same time as calcium supplements may reduce absorption of calcium. Talks in here about asthma. Like, this is the stuff that's in your drugs. FS shampoo. See topical cortisone. Cortisone. Corticosteroids. Okay, so where'd that go? Okay, so let's go see what that says. So look at that shampoo. What's it say? Topical. Let's see. Where is it? Oh. Well, it's not showing it. That's weird. Okay. See, this is stuff that's in your medication, and you don't know that it's in there. Diabetes drugs. Glucosamine may make any diabetes drugs less effective by increasing insulin resistance. Hear that? Do you ever hear that? Because there's a lot of diabetes. You know, if my sister's listening, you got diabetes. Look into it. Because your body should be absorbing insulin naturally. Diazepam, Kyline may increase effects of this drug. I can't read that. I just sort of like, there's so many words in here, and they're big words. Like, okay, okay. My ex-husband, he takes this drug sometimes called Lyrica. It's called Lyrica. Okay. When he was taking Lyrica full time, he doesn't take it full time. He might take it once a blue. They say you're supposed to take it full time. But see, when he was taking it, he could not eat vegetables. Think about it. And this here, oh the shit, that was continued. Clonamidine, Coumadin, Asian ginseng, Marinittica, Astragalus, bilberry, coleus, dinsheen, devil's claw, donkey, feverfew, garlic, ginger, ginkgo, green tea, horse chestnut, and kuni, Cuine, may increase risk of bruising bleeding or hemorrhage if taken with this drug. That's food. And do you know why Asians, like why people use that stuff there? It's because of healing. It's a healing. But if you take this drug, you can't eat it. It can cause bruising, bleeding, or hemorrhage. Continued. Broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, kale, onions, parsley, soy, and spinach may increase risk of bruising, bleeding, or hemorrhaging if eaten in unusual large quantities when taking this drug. We should be eating that stuff. It's your dark greens. Seriously. And you don't think that you're profitable to the pharmaceutical companies, to big pharma? They're making it so that you're unable to eat healthy food without it hurting. Spices are actually healthy for the body, especially the digestive system, but it makes people's guts hurt. Ask yourself, what are you taking? What are you using? Radish and St. John's wort decreases the effectiveness of this drug. St. John's wort. This is all healthy shit. This is all natural stuff. See what they use for St. John's wort. It decreases the effectiveness of the drug, so they're telling you not to use it. How about you just eat the food and you won't have to worry about using it? Taking more than 500 milligrams a day of the form of vitamin E, even as alpha 2-copyrol, polyurethane, glycicant, TPGS, may increase risk of bleeding. And that's with vitamin E. This drug interferes with the absorption of iron, magnesium, and zinc. Oh, shit, this clean in your body. Fucker, there's a supututia. Tishukliama to Huristiria Purim. This drug interferes. What's named it? It's spelled COUMADIN. This drug interferes with the absorption of iron, magnesium, and zinc, and those are three of the major minerals you need in your body, and vitamins. Do not take supplements of these minerals within 2 hours of taking this drug. Seriously, and they say this stuff is okay for you. Borage seed oil, especially if taken with fish oil. Look, back in the old days, fish oil, cod liver oil. It was yum. My dad would swear by it. I have some in my cabinet, and I eat fish all the time. But they'll tell you, oh, well, you should only eat fish maybe once a week. Fuck that. I had a doctor in the psychiatric unit tell me, no, you eat fish like you eat fish. But I don't eat poultry. I don't eat red meat. I eat fish and eggs by way of getting a certain protein. And once I know how to like cook vegetarian stuff, especially if taken with fish oil, may increase risk of bleeding or bruising if taken with this drug. Niacin may increase risk of bleeding and bruising. Taking this drug with bromelain may increase risk of bleeding and bruising. Vitamin K in Korea or Chiloria may increase risk of bleeding or bruising. The body needs vitamin K. It needs all your vitamins. You get your vitamins from your food, but they give you these drugs and medications and what have you, which stops you from being able to absorb it through your food, which makes you sicker. Profit. And if they think that I don't know that people are still watching, whether it's showing me on the algorithms or not, seriously, you might want to get your head out of your ego's ass. Sure, what else they got in there? Don't believe me here. You know, just and it has been proven, but they don't put it out there for you. Whenever you look up anything, they're always telling you, "Oh well, no, that's not good. That don't work." And I'll guarantee it's probably these big corporations and stuff putting it out there to tell you that it don't work. So Mother Nature don't heal. Natural stuff don't heal. Fuck it then. The stuff that don't heal and help you, it might give a band-aid, are the synthetic drugs that are just putting in your mouth because you're told to take this. Don't ask questions. When they're giving you a medication, should they not be fucking telling you what's going to happen if you eat certain foods? And shouldn't you have the choice? Shouldn't you have the choice of whether they help you with natural stuff? But that's not profitable because you could probably go out in your fucking yard and get it. Grow it in your own yard. You don't need them because they're not helping you anyways. They're hiding everything. And if YouTube or TikTok or Facebook or what have you wants to shut me down for bringing this forward, it just goes to show that the truth hurts you, and you know that it's true and it's not fucking fiction. You censor the people that don't go along with your agenda. And all them, they have their head up so they have their heads up each other's ego's ass so far that they can't breathe. Oh wait, the only thing they can breathe is maybe out through their ass, and everything that comes out is fucking farts and bullshit. My mom was so strung out on medications that she didn't know half the time whether she was coming or going. She was like a zombie every so often. She'd smile, but you'd see her sitting there the majority of the time. Yeah. Oh. Cluster headaches. Let's see. My ex-husband gets cluster headaches. Understanding the disease, understanding the healing process, concepts for coping with cluster headaches, cognitive decline, and then it says see memory loss. So where will I find memory loss? Yeah. Yep, memory loss is here. Cold sores. Better go get your polysporin and put it on your lip. If I'm coming on, like it's like holy shit, man. I'm not fucking making fun of people in that way. I'm not making fun of people. I'm saying wake the fuck up. Because everybody is going to I better go to the drugstore and get some ointment. Heartburn. Better go get your Tums. Concepts for heartburn. Heavy periods. Instead of going to get some Mildol. We were talking about cancer, prostate. Chicken collagen. Different things here. Aromatherapy. That's the zinc deficiency. Concepts for coping with yellow nail syndrome. Wrinkles. Weight control. I eat a lot of eggs, but they'll tell you, oh, you shouldn't eat a lot of eggs because it does this to the heart. Varicose veins. Hey, Max, you have varicose veins. Better run to the doctor and see what the doctor can do for you. Like, seriously, I hear him complaining all the time about his legs hurting because of the varicose veins and all this shit. Even if I took the book to him, he wouldn't look at it. He goes, oh, well, that's not a doctor. Good, dude, you go run to the doctor. Fork out all your money, fork out shit balls of money because they know what's best for you. They know what's best for you. Well, they don't. They know a lot of the time they know what's best for the pocketbook. I'm not saying all doctors are like that, but he tells me that he has a doctor that ain't helping him. What? He ain't helping you because he ain't giving you fucking prescription drugs? He's telling you, like, change your diet and exercise? Irregular heartbeat. Huntington's disease. But you know, a doctor tell you, we do all that stuff. Human bites. Because you know, some people do bite. Yes. I just heard, did you bite? Well, not anymore, but you know, I did when I was younger because the people would pick on me when we were alone. Concepts for coping with HIV and AIDS. Hey, with an elevator instead of going and playing fucking shit at the first. Put on a high. Fibroristic breast disease. Fibroids. Depression. St. John Ward study misinterpreted, says Herbal Science Group. There's a big thing here on depression. I'm told to read this. A depressive episode is diagnosed in 5 or more of these following symptoms. Last most of the day, nearly every day, for a period of 2 weeks or more. Change in appetite or unintended weight loss or gain. Chronic fatigue, chronic pain, or other persistent body symptoms that are not caused by physical illness or injury. Difficulty, they give you a pill for it instead of getting to the root of the cause. Difficulty concentrating and making decisions, as well as memory loss. Feelings of guilt, helplessness, hopelessness, and worthlessness. Lasting anxious, anxious, empty, or sad mood. Loss of interest in activities once enjoyed, including sex. It's like, is that what destroyed my relationship? No, get away! Get away! People don't understand what you're witnessing right now. Go read the description on my YouTube channel, Spirit Teachers Going Within Self. Loss of interest, okay? Restlessness and irritability, sleeping too much or not enough, thoughts of death or suicide attempts. Why are people not being helped to get past this? Why are they just handed a prescription and, oh, go see a therapist for an hour at a time? Get started having a breakthrough of what it is that may be creating your depression. Don't give me the tools. Just sit there and say, oh, yeah, exactly. You fucking thing. Oh, yeah, mine can't. Well, when I'm on YouTube, yes, I'm constantly glitching because I have high energy. I'm also live on TikTok, 1974 Enlightened Soul. The picture may be better there. But certain certain platforms don't want certain things getting out, and they'll say that I love you. As understanding the disease process, right to degenerative arthritis, the osteoarthritis. Let's go. Okay. Osteoarthritis. Obesity would be under weight control. Obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD. Osteoarthritis. Osteoarthritis, understanding the disease process. Pain relievers that help, pain relievers that hurt recovery or cartilage in osteoarthritis. Tells you natural supplements, understanding the disease process. Boron, 6 milligrams a day. Copper, 1 milligram a day. Carnosine sulfate, 1,500 milligrams a day. Chlorioate, Chondroitin, Chondroitin, 1,200 milligrams a day. SAM, E, 400 milligrams a day, 3 times a day. Vitamin D, 5,000 IU per day. Vitamin B6, 50 milligrams per day. Vitamin C, at least 1,000 milligrams per day. Vitamin E, 600 UI per day. Zinc, 30 to 60 milligrams per day. That would be natural supplements. And then it has, with regards to willow bark, devil's claw. Hey, did that not say in some of these freaking medications not to use this stuff? But this is what heals what helps with arthritis. I don't use I don't use anything because I learned how to use my own energy to heal. Me at Sienna, Travis, nausea, nervousness, the anxiety, coping with nail infections. Go to the doctor, got to take an antibiotic, right? You know, you do what you will. Dementia, see Alzheimer's disease. This is the big one. A lot of people. ADHD, ADD, treating ADHD in adults. Oh, dementia. Alzheimer's disease. Okay. I pronounced it wrong. Alzheimer's. Yeah, I said Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's disease. Understanding the disease process. Diet. Natural supplements. Herbs. Understanding the healing process. You know, to go to the doctor. And concepts of coping with Alzheimer's. That's the words. Nobody can change your life except you. Hiccups, shingles. You know, they're talking about shingles and they tell you go get a vaccine for it. Anna, you're so good. See, when that happens, it's because things don't like stuff getting out. It's a part of throwing the attacks on zinc. Willow Bar says in here about whey power or whey protein, but a lot of people say don't take whey protein. Increases muscle mass. Try to take the better protein. You can get organic protein supplements. Okay. Willow bark, like maybe some of the whey protein is fine, but there's certain in some of it. Vitamin K, Angus cactus, Victex, Angus cactus, vitamin C, vitamin D. But you know, in these, telling about the different drugs and what you can't take with them, because all this stuff is it's in different of your drugs. Advil, C, NS, AIDS, NS AIDS. It's got an NS. Oh, there it is. NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. Taking copper with NSAIDs may increase their ability to reduce inflammation and stomach upset. Taking e- taking even taking even primrose oil, hemp seed oil, or pearl oil with NSAIDs may increase bruising and bleeding. Deplete folic acids may lower melatonin levels. Or deplete, it's deplete folic acid. You don't need that for like for your stuff or any like for inflammation helps, and it may lower melatonin levels. The melatonin levels are what help you sleep, right? That's an Advil. That same goes for Advil Children's. Uvia Uris reduces pain relief by these drugs. DGL, can't pronounce that word, something licorice, may counteract stomach irritation caused by NSAIDs. Taking NSAIDs long term can lead to iron deficiency. Do not take iron supplements unless a blood test confirms iron deficiency. Nitrobid, nitroglycerin. I'm looking for nitrobid, nitroglycerin, nitrates. Must be here. I'm just blind and not seeing it. There's a lot here that says see that. You know, skin tags. You know, you run to the doctor to get a skin tag off. You run to the pharmacy to get some lymphedema. Ear infections. E. coli. Concepts for coping with E. coli. E. coli infection. Diarrhea. Is it Pepto Bismol or those pills I used to take? know, a lot of people go through that sometimes. Cystis, cystic fibrosis, Celtic disease, Celtica, or Cal, Calica, Celica, Celica disease. Might have pronounced that wrong, but even in here for Fern, coping with Wednesday. Has what you can do and foot euchers, diabetic complications. But some people have to have their feet on one hand because this happens. Peridural vascular disease, Parkinson's disease, neuropathy, diabetic complications, has sodium restrictions here for that. All drugs containing sodium, such as tranquilizers or an aspirin. Fuzzy drinks, not specifically labeled as low sodium. So to my sister, it doesn't matter what kind of problem with it. And just so people know, when they say about the diet or what have you, they're putting aspartame in it. Aspartame actually causes Alzheimer's. Causes more problems. Lactation insufficient. So I guess that would be for failure, yeah, for breastfeeding. Failure of breastfeeding, failure of breastfed baby to gain weight on a weekly basis. Lactation inefficiency. Inefficiency. Yeah, it's like insomnia, insects, spider bites, tick bites. Oh, there it is. I was looking for hemorrhoids. You go to the pharmacy, get hemorrhoids, or the doctor, got hemorrhoids. Simple flu, flatulence. Well, wait, you better not flatulate because you know you'll get charged a carbon tax. You'll look at that. You surprise, okay. And here is, I'll stop there. And here is the herbal book. medicinal herbs. So I opened right up to medicinal herbs. No such thing as coincidences, just synchronicities. Thank you, Spirit. Don't think you don't know the and put the definition again. Kaya po ito kinasarihan na nutilan. Herb garden tells you like growing it and growing herbs indoors. And I haven't done that yet. One like different even recipes, cooking with herbs for beauty and perfumery. Face packs. There's medicinal herbs. There's some cooking. Yep, still cooking with herbs. More poultry. A lot of the back parts are like different recipes, even desserts and everything. You know, let's get out the witch's kitchen. Let's stir up a healthy brew. Because when you're using herbs and natural stuff, that's healing. So when they do the chemicals, how everything, you're not getting this. You're getting stuff that is dangerous. But it's up to you. Like, I mean, I'm not saying go off your medication. But what I am saying, you should be going to see a natural. Somebody who uses more herbs opposed to telling you to take pills that they're not even telling you what the herbs are in the pill for. They're not telling you what's in the pill. And they're not telling you the complications of the pill if you eat certain foods or what have you. But what they'll do is they'll say, go read the paper. Go read the side effects. It's like, hey, you know, aren't you the one supposed to be advising the patient so that the patient can actually make an informed decision and have a choice? But people who believe in this stuff, people who don't want to get vaccines or the children having a vaccine, know what you're doing. And everybody should be taught that in school. Not a lot of this book crap bullshit stuff that they're teaching. Because the biggest majority of the students don't use it. So it's not preparing them for anything. If anything, it's not preparing them to succeed. It's preparing them to fail and look to a system to be their savior or their slave. Well, no, you would be the slave. Slave to the system, slave to ignorance, greed, and corruption. This is where you're going to find This is where you can get out of dogma and understand your stuff because they're not fucking telling you shit. It's understanding the true message of things, not the dogma. You need to come out of the dogma. And all those people that say you made shit, they fucking you made you over. Кемоко то приета? Сико те приеј. You want to shoot it out, do it. It was around before your fucking system decided to fucking integrate into society, be the true sins, and tell you that you're the sin. Holy shit, Lord. Mental conflict, positive moving forward, partnerships and alliances, material harvest, solar plex. I did that earlier. That came out. Stay cool. And conflict and defeat. You're in conflict right now. You feel defeated. So let's go conflict and defeat. Conflict and defeat. The number 5 mental card represents significant learning and change. And how you handle yourself at this time is vital to your overall well-being. This card could relate to a lack of sensitivity in taking action or in response to conditions or situations around you. This need for sensitivity could relate to you or someone else in your life. Even though a battle can be won, it's important to evaluate the cost of both parties. Sometimes it's best to surrender and walk away if no one answers or victory can be achieved. Don't assign blame. Become deceitful, or set out to get revenge. For this results in the negative energy becoming part of you. You are being tested on how delegatedly and gently you take your next step. Remember, everything in your life is an opportunity to learn and grow. Sacral chakra. Its sound is yam, color is orange, the water element. For the glands, it's testicles and ovaries. We were just talking about the fertility. And keywords I want. Known as the sacral chakra, the second chakra is located 2 fingers below your navel and relates to emotions, desires, creativity, and sexuality. We said that, different things. To keep this chakra balanced and its energy flowing, by dancing, moving your hips and lower abdomen. Use the color meditation, okay? So that again, just like the root chakra, the solar plex chakra, dancing, movement. And I can feel that. And then the solar plex, basically very similar. I'll read that. Solar plex, fire adrenal, when I can. The solar plexus is located to the navel area, just below the rib cage. It represents power, vitality, willpower, self-esteem, and confidence. The energy center where your emotions and feelings are recorded. This chakra is associated with clairvoyance or clairsentience, inner feeling, which is the major psychic receptive area. We have a mental conflict with Arabella because right now that's what we're experiencing. It's a mental conflict. It's the same as you're conflicting with spiritual dogma. You're connecting with synthetic drugs and natural remedies. Mental conflict. This card deals with the inability to move forward as self-doubt emerges from indecisiveness or not being able to take action with a person, group, or even a situation in your present life. It may not be an easy decision, but you're already aware of this. Just remember that you have the strength, courage, and power to make all the necessary considerations. When you decide to act and finally make the choice that needs to be made, then and only then will a resolution be forthcoming. And with it, a sense of mental relief. Question. And just over. There's assistance out there for you. So seek out and listen to wise counsel to help you make the right decision. Listen to your intuition and have faith in yourself. Peace and harmony will soon be yours. Partners and alliances. The meaning of this card denotes that you're now starting to see the fruits of your labor. Take seed and blossom. There may still be a lot to do, but watch out for synchronicities, which could bring opportunities to form connections or unexpected alliances that may create something new. These could assist you in gathering resources for future projects. With all partnerships, always remember that there has to be an even exchange of energy. If you give too much, whereas your partner gives too little, it will leave you feeling energetically drained and cause potential disharmony in the union. There must be overall balance within the alliance in order for it to work and blend together for ultimate results. This card reminds you that success comes in many forms, even from the most unlikely sources. Have an open mind and listen to others. Positive movement forward. Positive movement forward. You're a true artisan, for you have the craft, skills, knowledge, gifts, and talents to assist you in even more to advance in a position in a positive direction. The number 8 always denotes prosperity and abundance, but in this case, it's your efforts that have gotten you to this point. Good This card often comes forth to honor and recognize individuals who are in the fields of art, design, music, and education. When you follow and build on your passion, the soul can truly express itself and can then assist you to move closer toward your highest good. An opportunity could suddenly come up with an offer for an apprenticeship. Notice if there are areas of passion that are trying to manifest into your world. When they arise, you'll have ample moments to share them with others. Material harvest. Right after that. One of the laws of the universe is what you sow, you reap. This card states that this is your time to reap the harvest you've worked for and so rightly deserve. This last physical card denotes self-mastery, self-sufficiency, independence, security, and the art of enjoying what you've strived for. You've done the hard work, learned the lessons along the way, and used them to prosper in all areas of life. The number 9 also means endings. Not that good fortune necessarily stops, but do honor yourself as you finish up or celebrate the completion of projects. This would be the perfect time to look ahead and see the wisdom you've gained, to think about what else you want to achieve. Consider smart investments and ponder ideas that show profitable potential. Congratulations on your success. That's the universe's message to you. So take what you will. It's entirely up to you. If you didn't see my live, I had somebody tell me that I was digitizing on my YouTube, and I really don't know how to like put lives up. And it's not about just putting bits and pieces of things up, because it's the overall message. So if you want to see the whole live, spirit to spirit teaches you going with yourself. Like they said, your camera quality is bad. And I told them, like you guys heard, like, yep, I know the quality is bad because I'm moving in. My energy is very intense, so it can glitch things. So I hope that this helped some. Some may say that talk a shit, but you're still an adult. You're still being manipulated. So with that being said, sending you much love, light, and level. Okay. I was just read one of my cards. Just to put it in. I'm really taking a good look at the bigger picture. That's the difference between being around for the final or watching the final from my sofa. Very Graham, he said, grow old with me. The best is yet to be. So
with that being said, I'm sending you all much love, light, many blessings, most importantly, very good health to anyone and everyone wanting, willing to receive and accept. Wish all to be faithful, grateful, importantly, be yourself, be your authentic self, be who you are, not who somebody says you are. You have to be. Be true to yourself, be true to others, be kind to yourself and others, and know that you have more strength than you can comprehend at times. Go forward. Because I believe and know that. And if nobody has told you today, you're beautiful, let me be.